The As Is podcast does not necessarily hold the views or opinions of our guests. The guests have a right to express their own thoughts, and those thoughts are protected with their freedom of speech. What they say is what they say, and we allow them the right to speak on their own behalf. The As Is podcast is not responsible nor liable for the opinions and stories of others. Welcome to another edition of the As Is podcast. Today's guest is light heavyweight former champion Montell Griffin. Montell, you there?
Yeah, what's going on, Joe?
How you doing, brother?
I'm feeling good, man.
Hey, man. I want to get right into this, man. You had a very controversial career. Let's break down how you got into boxing before we get into that.
Well, as you know, when I was born, 2 years old, I was in the gym. My father took my brother Tim at the time to learn self-defense to Johnny Coulon's boxing gym on 63rd Street. He worked with Johnny Coulon. He fell in love with the game, and Johnny was getting old. He was a former bantamweight champion from Canada, probably about 80, 90 years old. He's getting older, and my father ended up buying the gym. So, I was in the gym every day. I remember Johnny Coulon. I remember his wife, Marie, and, I was just around boxing every day, training every day. And, in 73, he ended up buying the gym. So he changed it to Woody City Boxing Club. So, like you said, like I said, I was in the gym every day, just training and, want to be a boxer. And showed me a video of a guy named Muhammed Ali. And it blew my mind. I remember like I was 5 years old. It just caught my attention. It was just something I had never seen before, and it just kind of stood out to me. And one day my father said, "Remember that guy I showed you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Come on, we're going to see him." And I didn't believe him, but I said I'm just gonna sit here and ride with him. And we walked in the gym, and Ali. Well, it was not a gym. It was a garage where he kept his cars, but he had a ring in it. And I walked in and saw him, and it was like, man, my father came true. Said we was gonna see him, and I saw him, and as soon as I saw him, he told me to come and sit in his lap. He kissed me and gave me a picture. So he took a picture with me, and I still had that picture to this day. So boxing was just second nature, man. I just thought it was just something that everybody did.
Wow, that's an incredible story. You hail from Chicago, correct?
Yes, Southside Chicago.
Okay. Chicago has a banner on its back for being violent and gang infested. Is boxing what got you away from that?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, when I was growing up, my father died at 12, going on 13, so I just lived as a regular teenager. I hung out, what I'm saying, I was hung out with the 400 hustlers, 5 Point Star Gang in Chicago, and just drinking beer, smoking weed, gang banging, trying to be with girls. I mean, like everybody else.
Right. So from that, you went on to the Olympics, correct?
Well, yeah, okay. Like this, my father died when I was 12, going on 13. I went 8 years just living life as a regular teenager, and one of my best friends, Ruben, got killed in December '89, and it was a bad year for me because I had never really got a chance to mourn my father because when he died, we all voted. My brothers and sisters voted not to see him. He died in Atlantic City, and he never came home. So he got cremated. So I just grew up as a regular kid. I used to, it was kind of crazy. I used to always think I was going to see my father on TV or something. I just made it. I just never believed in that he died. I just said he just left or whatever.
Right.
And Ruben died, and it just brought, what I'm saying, it brought everything back to my father. So
Right.
it's like I was mourning two different people at the same time. So I just, I went into a depression. I ended up losing my job. My car broke down. I got up to 210 pounds. I was a fat pig, and just depression. And I'm sitting. I actually was sitting in the house watching some boxing, and my nephew called, and he said, "Uncle, what you doing?" I was like, "Man, I ain't doing nothing." He said, "Well, why don't you come to LA and start back boxing?" I said, "All right." I answered him just like that. He said, "No, man, I'm for real." I said, "Man, shit, I'm for real." I said, "Man, I ain't doing nothing with my life." And he said, "All right, let's do it." And I mean, it's kind of crazy. He promised me a job, and he said he gonna have an apartment and a job waiting for me, but that didn't work out. But I ended up, yeah, I sold my
what what
broken down car
what did he
for
have?
$500. Huh?
What did he have? Nothing.
Man, I got there when I landed the day I landed, and I remember when it was December 8th, because Mike Tyson fought Alex Stewart that night. And
Okay.
my nephew was like, "Man, my car broke down like a mile away from the airport. I got like my whole life. I got like 8 bags,
Right.
and I'm walking in L.A. Walk to the car, and the car was broken down.
Wow.
And the tow truck driver pulled up, and he was like, he said, "Who?" He said, "Terry, who you think gonna win tonight?" He said, "Man, ask my uncle, man. He the boxer." He's all free. Like one of my buddies is a boxer, Larry Musgrove. And I was like, "Man, can I please have his number?" He said, "Well, I can't give you his number." I said, he's like, "Give me your number." I said, "Do it look like I got a number?" You know what I'm saying? I got 8 bags. I just landed.
Right.
And I ended up giving him my nephew's grandmother's number. And he actually called. The guy picked me up. And to this day, he one of my closest friends. Larry Musgrove, who was he beat the number one rating Antoine Bird. And he one of my closest friends.
Wow. That's a hell of a story. But let's get into this. You were definitely an Olympic medalist, correct?
No,
No.
in
Okay.
the quarterfinals, I
Right.
fought the German Torsten Mai, who was 6'5". I out jabbed him. I outlanded him. Uh, I was winning the fight with 46 seconds. I'm sorry. In the third round, I hit him with a shot over the eye, and it bust his eye open.
Okay.
He was bleeding like a pig, and I just knew automatically. I said, "It's over." You know what I'm saying? I'm a medalist.
Right.
And when they checked his eye, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing them. They talking, and they wiped his eye off, and they said box. I'm like, what? I'm like, I just said, shit, I lost. That's the first thing I said. I said, well, I'm gonna lose this, and I just went at the kid, and I hit this kid, but every shot in the book, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't get no points. It was just crazy, man. It was just wasn't meant for it just wasn't meant for me, man. I beat the guy fair and square. I cut his eye open. Every amateur fight that is gonna get stopped. Well, once there's a cut. So
Right.
I've seen them stop fights, with nosebleeds. So it just wasn't meant for me, man. I went out there, man, and it broke my heart, man. And to this day, it bothers me.
Wow. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the professional career because you had some very interesting highlights in that professional career. Uh, what do you think is your best interesting fight as a professional?
Uh, I It's two fights.
Okay.
My fight against Ray Latham, kid from St. Louis, he was 14-0, 13 knockouts. This kid is to this day is the hardest man to ever, the hardest punch I ever been in the ring with in my life. He actually dropped me. I got up and won the fight, and it just taught me, how to win. And I knew after that fight, uh, I was ready for anybody. And
Okay.
as you know, I fought James Tony my next fight, but uh, you said what's my two best fights? I'm gonna say Ray
Not,
Latham
I,
and huh?
I didn't mean to say best fights. Well, best fights to
Uh,
you, because you have some highlighted fights. So I wanted to know if the fights that
I
I'm going
mean,
to
you know what
say.
I'm saying? I fought, man, I ain't run for nobody. I fought everybody.
Right.
But
But the
my
ones,
second James Tony, my second James Tony fight is my proudest fight, my proudest moment in my
okay.
pro career.
Well, let's move on to the meat. And the meat is the Roy Jones fight. Uh,
Right, right.
let's get into that.
Well, the Roy Jones fight, the fight was actually made for James Tony.
Okay.
They said James Tony beat Montell Griffin, he's fighting Roy Jones. So that didn't happen. So I said, shit, how come not? How come not me? So I got the fight. I ended up getting the fight with Roy, and I remember when my manager called me. I was in Yorktown Mall in Chicago. He called me and said, "Hey man, it's time for Roy." I was like, "For real?" I'm like, "How much?" He said, "850." I said, "Let's do it." And
Wait, 850,000.
yeah.
Okay.
So shit, I was like, shit, let's roll. I had just beat James the second time, and I've been in the gym so long, I was too dumb to be nervous or scared of anybody. So I said, man, let's do it.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, fight came up. We fighting. I wanted to feel his power. Because he had moved up from 68. It wasn't nothing that I was worried about. You know what I'm saying? He was fast as hell, fastest man I've been in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, we had a game plan. Eddie Fuss said, we're gonna fight when he didn't want to fight. We're gonna stand, keep our hands up. When he throw combinations, we're gonna counter, and it worked the whole fight. Because a lot of fighters throw shots and don't move. Roy,
Right.
he just pinned on his speed, he throwing 4 or 5 punch combinations. I catch it as soon as he finished, I hit him,
Right.
and it was working. And I was winning the fight. I mean, the fight wasn't really a hard fight. I mean, besides him being as fast as he was, it really wasn't hard. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be.
Right.
I just put it like that, not taking nothing away from him. It just wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be, and I was winning the fight. Early in the fight, he got credit with a knockdown. That wasn't a knockdown. Uh, Even after the referee gave me an 8 count, Roy didn't even jump on me because he knew it didn't hit me. So they gave him a knockdown. That was uncalled for. But so we fighting. Everything was going good. So in the eighth round, I remember he laid his head on my shoulder. And now I'm an old pro. I bumped his head off. I threw a right hand and missed. No, I threw a left hook and missed. But I came back with a right hand. I ain't gonna say I hurt him, but I woke him up a little bit. But I
Right.
said if I would have caught him with that left hook right hand, it really would have been damaging. But it was my best round of my fight. Everything was going great. I was getting a little tired, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I got 4 rounds to go, and I'm just ready to go. And the ninth round, we fighting. Everything was going good, and I was catching my second win, and he threw a right hand, and I had a split second. I saw it coming. I said, should I roll with it or block it? And I tried to roll with it. He hit me in the back of the head, and I was real dizzy.
Right.
So I just told myself, I said, Montell, you winning this fight. I said, just take a knee and let's win the last 3 rounds. So as I go in the corner, as I'm taking a knee, I pulled away from Roy. I didn't
Right.
just take a knee right in front of him. I pulled away from him so he could see what I was doing. And as I look up to find the referee, boom, I felt getting hit. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm trying to turn, look, and the man loaded up and hit me, the second time with some dirty ass shit. So it was
Wow.
just, he was frustrated, man. I was whooping his ass. I was doing my thing, and he got frustrated and hit me when I was on my knee.
Wow.
But the crazy part about it is, just like I told him in his face, I said, Roy, your fans love you so much that they hate me because you hit me on my knee. And he couldn't do nothing but laugh because it's true. I mean, because I said, I just keep hearing so many excuses that they get us, man. And I could have lost my life. It was the dirtiest shit in the world.
Right.
I just thankful to God I didn't lose, conscience or get hurt.
So as a result of him hitting you with a low blow or a dirty blow, what happened with the fight?
Whereas he hit me, boom, I go down. But it's like I hear what's going on, but I couldn't move. It's like I was paralyzed. And the referee was counting. And I'm like, why the fuck is this referee counting for? And he counted me out, and I heard the crowd go crazy. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I get up. I'm trying to get my head straightened out, and I heard my brother say, man, I think they might disqualify him on it for real. So I'm sitting there, and I heard, shit, what's his name? I just said it the other day, and I couldn't remember what's his name. I'll think about it. But anyway, the commissioner at the time, he stopped the fight, and like he should have did. I mean, like I said, Roy was frustrated and did some dirty ass shit.
Okay. And so as a result of all of that, Roy Jones was disqualified and you won.
He was disqualified. He lost the
Okay.
title. I won the fight on disqualification.
Okay.
But
Let me.
I was winning. I was winning on one scorecard by 1 point. The other scorecard, he was up by 1 point. The other scorecard, he was up by 2 points. So if he didn't get credit for the uh, for the bogus knockdown, I'm winning the fight.
Okay.
So what I'm saying. People saying I didn't really win. It was just qualification, whatever, whatever. I mean, I never wanted to win as a disqualification because I was beating the man. I was beating the fan square.
That's what I want to get into. Uh, I do know that disqualification is a part of the game, and you got to respect the game. So, if you're boxing, person,
Well, it's rules, bro. It's rules in every sport.
right? I get it.
If you break the rules, you gotta, you got. I don't, I ain't making no excuse for nobody. You break the rules, shit, you gotta follow the consequences.
Right, I get it. But now let me ask you this: even though he broke the rules and he hit you with a dirty shot, how does it feel? Are you accepting of a win via disqualification as opposed to be accepting of a
No,
win,
I was no, I
knocking
was
someone
very
out?
upset. I was very upset about it.
Tell me that feeling.
On the ride back to the hotel from the fight, I told my wife, I said, man, I did not want to win like this. I said, I could beat this man. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I gotta, I didn't want, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be credited with it. You know
right.
what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Actually, I actually was invited to Chris Rock's show. I came in
Hmm.
his dressing room. He said some things to me that to this day I regret. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, he's like, you did some shit. He's like, man, just don't fuck up. And I fucked up and agreed to the rematch, and things didn't go my way
Wait a minute. Let me stop you. Why would you say a rematch was a fuck up?
because I didn't need Roy Jones. He needed me. Eddie Futch had got a fight with Steve Collins in Ireland for $2 million. And he was just saying, man, why we got to rush? He said, let's go fight Steve Collins, make some money. We can fight somebody else, whatever. Take some time, take our time. And the part that didn't seem right with me was my promoter was fighting it. Like, no, we gotta fight him. We gotta fight him. We gotta fight him. And I'm like, this shit don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? If you're on my side, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We can milk the cow. He
Right.
need me. I don't need him.
So why did you do it?
Because my promoter's a dirty motherfucker and he set me up.
Wow.
I mean, there's nothing else to talk about.
I mean, but it is because you hear about things in cases like this in boxing all the time. One of the people that they put a lot of dirty stuff on, and I'm not saying it's true, but you would hear things is, Don King. There are tons of stories that say stuff like that. I personally don't know because I wasn't there, and I just don't know. But to hear it come from a boxer's mouth himself is, well, we've heard stories like this again from Mike Tyson. But to be a part of something like that, how did it make you feel? And why didn't you just walk away?
Well, with the, what I went through in the Olympics, what I'm saying, broke my heart, and it was something I questioned, and took a lot out of me, and what I'm saying, like I said, for the rematch, what I'm saying, I mean, I'm the fighter, so I'm gonna do whatever they say,
Right.
but it just wasn't making sense to me. I'm like, I can make other money against lesser talented guys. I'm like, why is we rushing to fight this guy? But what I'm saying, me
So
being
you,
a fighter, I said, fuck it, and I did.
so you walked away from $2 million to return to Roy Jones and make what?
I made $2 million a second fight. But I mean, I'm just saying. But if we do the math, if I go make this 2 million, then fight him, it's gonna be worth more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Right.
I just beat another champion. So I mean, it
Right.
is what it is. Like I said, if I know now what I knew then, I mean, if I knew then, if I knew what I knew now, of course I would think different things definitely. But that just show you that's another example of not having a father.
You know what? Let me ask you this. You say the promoter was dirty or whoever you had. During those times, Don King was strong in the game and he seemed to have everybody on his roster. Why didn't you sign with Don King?
Don Don tried to sign me on 3 different occasions.
Okay.
The first occasion was kind of questionable. David Holmes was fighting. I was on a call in Vegas. I was in town. He had a meeting with my lawyer. He just told me, he said, look, man, what I'm saying, I'm busy. I got a lot of things to do. I'm gonna take care of you, but sign this contract and we were filling it out later. My lawyer's like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
that didn't make sense. So that was the first time I didn't sign with him. The second time I signed with him, I was with a promoter, another promoter, and Don was like, well, just go to court to get rid of him and then I'll sign you. And I'm like, wait a minute, so you want me to do this on my own and just depend on you sitting there waiting for me? When I'm like, man, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, what I'm saying? It never worked out. Don seemed like a great guy.
Yeah, he's a good
Um,
man. That's definitely, I
yeah,
mean,
Carl was my man. Carl looked out. Carl
yeah,
gave me
his
tips
son.
to fights
Yeah, they
and
definitely good
everything.
people.
Yeah, but I mean,
Things
I saw
happen.
Don. I saw Don about 3, 4 years ago. I said, bro, I wish I would have signed with you. I said, because I know all this shit that happened to me wouldn't have happened. He said, bro, you goddamn right. So
Right.
I mean, you think, I mean, I can't, it's past. It's over with now. You think about it, but
It's in
what can you
hindsight.
do? Right?
Okay,
What can you do?
right. So let's move on. Now we have the rematch with Roy Jones. Tell us what happens with
Right.
that fight.
So I'm in the best shape of my life. I trained 8 weeks the first fight. The second fight, I trained 10 weeks. And HBO, they sent their camera crew out there, and they saw me, doing some amazing things. Man, I was in tip top shape, man. It was the first time, and I wasn't even a puncher, but I was so sharp, bro. I hurt every sparring partner some type of way. I cut one of them mouth open. The other one I dropped. I did this. I was just dominating my
Right.
spawn. I was in tip top shape. I was the best shape I ever been in my life. I was just ready and to prove it to the world. And so we go. I'm in the hotel and I'm waiting for security to come get me. You know what I'm saying? To take me down there to this dressing room because so I wouldn't have to walk through the fans and everything. And they never showed up. And I'm like, man, that's kind of funny. I'm like, this have never happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So I go, I go. I finally, I walk through the crowd, people booing and, what I'm saying, talking shit. It was just crazy. I'm trying, we fighting through the crowd. So I get to the dressing room, what I'm saying? It was a sign on the door that the fight was going to start at 11 o'clock. Be ready to go to 10:45. I'm like, all right. So I'm just chilling. I'm going to say, got the camera on me and everything. My man, Yaya McClain was fighting one of Roy guys. I forgot his name. He passed away, but much respect to him. But so after the fight was over, what I'm saying, I'm chilling and everything. So they said Roy ready to rap. So, we sent somebody to his dressing room. They guy came to my dressing room and I rapped hands and everything was cool. And my trainer came back. Kenny Kroom was like, man, something ain't right. That's what you mean. He said, man, Roy ready. I said, ready for what? He's like, man, Roy ready. Roy dressed, he's sweating, he warming up. I'm like, what? I said, for how? And then as I'm saying that, commission come in like, Griff, you got 5 minutes. I'm like, what? You got 5 minutes to get in the ring. And it was just hectic. So much shit was going on. We arguing and it was just crazy,
But
man.
why?
I'm like, man.
But break down why the argument and why is five.
Because everything was it went against what we've been through my whole career. We got schedules, we do this, we do this, we do this. They came in and just changed the whole night.
Right.
And 80 Futch wasn't there. Me and him went our separate ways. And Taylor Torrance just sitting there. He was looking kind of shocked, and he was like, "What you want to do?" I'm like, "Man, fuck it, let's go." He said, "You sure?" I said, "Man, so what else? What else can I do?" You know what I'm saying? So we went out, and I'm in the ring, and I've won every stare down I've ever had my whole career, and I'm in the ring looking at Roy. We staring at each other. And I just started laughing. I'm like, I ain't fucking ready. I'm like, this shit is crazy. I know that's just something I got to deal with for the rest of my life. And
So wait a minute. Before the fight, while you're in the stare down, you realize that you're not mentally prepared or you're not physically prepared.
no, I said during the stare down, I'm just laughing. I'm like, shit, I ain't ready.
Right.
I'm like, I can't even act tough.
Right.
No, I can't, and it ain't worth it. I'm not even ready. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. The
So
man, jumped
start the.
out on me, came out fast, and that's not even Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? But if you listen to the commentary of the fight, first thing they said, man, Roy Jones has never started this fast because he knew what was up.
Well, what was up? Tell me what was up.
He knew I wasn't. He knew I wasn't ready. He knew I
Okay.
wasn't warmed up. He knew I wasn't prepared.
Okay.
And he jumped on me. I got caught end of the first round, and I was kind of pulling back, and I'm flipped left hook so good. I was pulling back, and he kind of turned the hook up into an uppercut, and he caught me, and I wasn't even hurt. If you look at the tape, as soon as he hit me, I hit the ground. I just shook my head. This shit is bullshit. I'm not even hurt. I'm laying on the floor. And I tried to get up, and my legs, I just couldn't get my mind and my body weren't working together.
Yeah.
And I got counted out, man. And my first loss of my career, and just it killed me. It devastated me. And just because the way the whole situation went.
So
You know
you,
what I'm
you
saying?
you attribute that loss to cheating.
Of course, it ain't no fucking doubt.
Wow.
It
Wow.
ain't no fucking doubt. And let me finish. So it happened. Depression night. I cried like a baby. Worst night of my second worst night of my career. First was getting my gold medal stolen. Then losing to Roy Jones the way I did, and the next day Chris Bird called me. and said, "Man, John told me what they did to you." I said, "What you mean? What you talking about?" He said, "John said they rushed you in the fight on purpose and knew you weren't prepared." I said, "God damn!" I said, "That's crazy."
So you mean to tell me, and don't get mad because I don't understand. You're the boxer, so you have to explain it to me as well as to my audience. You're saying that if you're rushed into the ring, even though you've had training or whatever, that can throw you off and make you lose?
What? What? Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What you do for a living? What you do?
What I'm doing right now.
I mean, if you can't do what you, well, just give me. Okay, I'll give you an example. What's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Okay, when you go to the gym to play basketball, you don't warm up. You don't just. I know for a fucking fact you
I'm
don't
not a
walk
pro-
out. You don't walk out your car, go on the court and start shooting and start playing.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm from the streets, so a lot of times that is exactly what we do. We pull the
I
basketball
can't
out the
believe
back
that.
of it.
I
But
can't believe that.
and
I
here's
don't
what.
know not one basketball player don't warm up and
Okay,
get their shot together. And
that's
I don't know not one. I
that
ain't never
that
played basketball in my life and I warmed up.
that's a fair assessment. But let me explain to you why.
So,
I'm not a professional.
ain't got nothing to do with it.
Like a nigga in the street.
I have never. I've been playing basketball my whole life. I've
Okay,
warmed up every time I ever did it.
okay. I
All
mean
right.
that's fair. If that's what you do, that's what you
All
do.
right.
You asked me if
So
I did that.
whatever you do for a living, you got a ritual that you do.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and I do too as a boxer.
Okay. I mean, I get it. I'm
That's
not
exactly
against you.
different.
I'm not. I'm just
No,
asking.
no, no. It's cool. We just talking.
Right.
I'm just telling you. I just want you to use your head. I
Right.
just want you to feel what Put yourself in my shoe.
Right. And that's why I'm asking because I don't know. I don't know if
Right.
5 minutes is an
The
appropriate.
biggest fight of my life, and I wasn't able to go about it the way I did. I had 26 pro fights,
Right.
and I did the same thing for 26 times.
Right.
And then 27 times, the biggest fight of my life, I couldn't warm up 5 minutes.
Let me ask you this.
It ain't no motherfucker. It ain't no fucking boxer on this fucking planet that going to fight not warmed up.
Let me ask you this. If you would have disrespected the rules, understand what I'm saying. And when I mean disrespecting the rules, if you know, or if they said to you, you only have 5 minutes, and you said to hell with 5 minutes, I am going to warm up. What would have happened?
I should have said fuck them.
And what
Yeah,
would
I should have
happen?
said fuck. I should have said, look, it was a pay-per-view show.
Right.
So ain't no time limit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Let me just tell you this. Another thing. They don't. Have you ever seen two championship fights? They come in, they tell a story, they show the video in the gym and the story, everything for every fight, big fight.
Right.
They did that with me. They taped it. They came and taped everything, interviewed me, this and all that. They ain't show none of that shit
Wow.
because they just rushed me in the gym, in the ring.
Wow. So that 5 minutes is very important for a boxer, and I
Come
get
on,
it.
man.
No, I
Come
mean,
on. Come
I
on.
don't
Whatever.
know, brother. I'm just
Bro,
asking because
anything you do in life, you gotta prepare yourself.
true.
You've never did nothing without preparing. So I can't believe that I can't believe you get out your car, walk in the gym and start running the whole court. I don't believe that.
I didn't say I run the whole court. I say
But
I play
that's
a
what I'm talking about.
basketball. But that's as a professional, you probably would do your stretches and your warm ups and all that. But coming from the streets, there's a lot of times that we just drive around. We might pass a park.
Champ, I warmed up as an amateur. We
Right.
do it. That's what we do.
Right.
And
So
it ain't no professional shit. It's life.
okay.
You warm up and prepare yourself.
Okay. I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. But let me ask you
No
this,
doubt.
and I want you to just think about this before you even respond to it. How do you feel overall about that? Do you feel as if you were cheated, or does that make you feel a certain type of way?
Of
Like,
course, yeah. My whole career has been sidetracked
right,
because of the Olympics,
right,
because of second Roy Jones fight.
right,
My fight with Mikashevsky, I got fucked. My fight with Eric Harden, I got fucked. I mean, I got fucked my whole career.
right. So, in hindsight, what did you do to fix it, or is it a fixable thing mentally?
No. I mean, no. The game of boxing bigger than me. They don't give a fuck about me.
But I'm
I'm just
saying
another motherfucker. Huh?
for what do you do to fix that situation mentally?
Ain't nothing I can do. I mean, I just gotta deal with it first in my life.
Right,
Ain't nothing I can do. We ain't gonna fight again.
right. That's not actually true because they have these exhibition matches now.
That man told me for 20 years he gonna fight me.
Right.
That man ain't fighting me.
You think he's
I
scared?
got in his ass, man. I mean, that man Look, that
You think
man.
he's
Look,
scared?
listen. That man brings me up every fucking time he on TV.
The question I
Why?
asked is, do you think he's scared?
Why? Because I'm under his fucking
Do
skin.
you think he's scared?
Yeah, without a doubt. Now he wouldn't fight me. Okay. I know I lost by knockout, but
Right.
I won the first fight.
Right.
Who wouldn't want to make some easy money just beat somebody again
Right.
and
Well, I
just
mean, he got back.
grind up everybody?
He got in the ring with Tyson not too long ago.
That was an exhibition, man. They
Right.
threatened Mike Tyson. They told Mike Tyson if he tried to hurt him that he'd never be able to fight again. You ain't know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they told Roy Jones and Mike Tyson if any of them try for a knockout, they'll never be allowed to do exhibition again.
Let me ask you this: if you had the opportunity to do an exhibition with Roy Jones, would you do it?
Right now he's fat as hell. He was 215 when he fought Mike. I'm 185 pounds. So
Then it would be to your
is he
advantage.
gonna get in shape to come down to meet me? Because I'm not. I'm not a heavyweight. I'm not 215 pounds.
Right. So would
But I
that?
would love to do it. I would love to do an exhibition with somebody. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? They gotta be my weight.
Okay. Well, if you could pick somebody that was in your weight, who would you choose?
It had to be a smaller guy because all the guys who fought around my time is 250 right now.
Right.
I'm 185 pounds.
Right. I mean, okay. So
Me and Michael Nunn talked about it, but it never got put together.
I mean, I think it's something that you can do because I think that you got something to get off your chest. I feel like you have a prove point, and you may feel
No, not like that. I mean, not get out my chest like I'm finna try. I mean, if it's exhibition, it's exhibition. So
right.
it ain't like I'm finna try to knock nobody out or try to win. It's an exhibition.
Has anyone ever been knocked out in an exhibition fight?
Well, Holyfield, you know what I'm saying? That just kind of fucked it up for everybody because Holyfield lost so easy. They end up canceling Riddick Bowe's fight.
Yeah.
They canceled James Toney's fight.
Yeah.
So Holyfield fucked it up for everybody.
Well, what do you mean? What do you think made Holyfield go down like that? Like what do you think?
Holyfield is old, bro. He old. I mean, what you expect? I mean, what is Holyfield? What, 56, 57? He old.
Okay. Okay. So you think he did it for the money and didn't realize that his body couldn't take it?
Without a fucking doubt.
Wow. So the boxing career, do you think it leaves boxers broke?
Man, I don't get nobody personal life. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of my business what nobody else do.
Yeah, and that's the only way you can look at it. Listen, man, I don't want to take too much of your time. I appreciate you for doing this interview. Former light heavyweight champion Montell Griffin. You have a good night, man. All right?